So did you know that doing your homework is a virtue? Yes, it actually is. Now let me explain with my handy dandy whiteboard. Okay, so there are the four cardinal virtues: prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. Temperance. Okay, temperance is controlling your desires. Usually it refers to bodily, like food, drink, sexual activity, stuff like that. But it's about moderation, okay? Moderation. And the human person desires to know. They just do. That's a quote from somebody that I forget. But the human person desires to know. I think, I'm not even going to try to remember who it is. So, we desire to know things, and so a lot of times we tend towards curiosity. Curiosity is actually a vice. Don't do it. If you want to know why, look up Thomas Aquinas, because I don't have time to explain. And then laziness, of course, that one's a little more obvious. Laziness is also a vice. Or sloth. So since laziness is not wanting to know enough, or not wanting or doing enough, and then curiosity is wanting to know too much or not the right stuff, some bad stuff that you just don't need to know. Studiousness, the moderating virtue, all virtues are moderating, but the virtue. Studiousness is wanting to know the right stuff and doing the right amount of stuff for knowledge. So link that to your homework, have fun with that. That's my fun fact for the day. Hey, school started! I know no matter where you are in the country, school has started, at least, because, it's been going on this is week number 3 for me. That's 3. Week number 3 for me. And, I've been, overall, loving college. It's a lot of work, not getting a lot of sleep, but I was used to that already. But I'm just loving it. But, of course, when school comes back, there's time for homework, and there's time for homework. And there's not much time for anything else, which is crazy. I have to do my work, but there are other things in life: social activities, sleeping, and most of all, prayer. Prayer, if you think that is, of course, the most important thing ever, because prayer is talking to God. And I have said this in so many different videos, because it cannot be stressed enough. My channel is called Living on a Prayer for a reason. Just putting it out there. And so, here, me going to a Catholic school, it's really easy to kind of fit prayer for time in, just because, there's a chapel 2 minutes away. There's mass offered twice a day. There's a holy hour 4 times a week, and people are praying the rosary, people are praying liturgy of the hours. It's easy to figure out when to pray. Granted, I'm saying this, and I'm 3 weeks into my first semester of college, and I don't have a job right now, and, that's all of that. So, talk to me when I'm, crazy busy, and then we'll see. But, so it's easy to, kind of fit that time in. Well, hold on. On that note, I hate the term, I'm using it, but I hate it, fitting prayer time in. Because prayer, like I said, is talking to the creator of the universe. I think that we don't have to figure out how to fit time for God in. It should be first priority. I know you have to get homework done, but seriously, how much time do you spend on the computer, on social media, doing stupid things? I bet you can take 20 minutes and instead read the Bible or biography of the saint or something like that. But that's not what I'm here to rant about. This video in particular is about how to link homework with prayer. Okay? I'm going to read you a quote. This is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to start calling them a quote of the videos, because it'll be me talking about a quote. Usually when I don't have time to prepare, like now. I have a lot of homework to do. Do you desire to study to your advantage? Learn devotion. Let a devotion accompany all your studies, and study less to make yourself learned than to become a saint. Consult God more than your books, and ask Him with humility to make you understand what you read. Study fatigues and drains the mind and heart. Go from time to time to refresh them at the feet of Jesus Christ under His cross. St. Vincent Ferrer, Dominican master of studying. He's got some authority. Number 1. Prayer is essential to salvation. I am not the only one saying this. 2. Homework is important, and it's your vocation as a student to do your homework. 3. There's a lot of homework, so how are you supposed to do, fit homework and prayer together? How does it work? Well, if you think about it, studiousness, go back to studiousness, it's a virtue. You need, prayer helps you grow in virtue. Like, like, you can work on this virtue of studiousness, which includes not getting distracted by your phone. Stop watching this YouTube video if you're procrastinating. But some people, I mean, I like schoolwork, there's a lot of it, but I like schoolwork, so it's a little easier for me to do it. But for some people who don't like studying, that is a suffering, and you can offer it to God, as saying, like, Lord, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this because that's what I'm called to do right now. Another thing is, like, even if you do like schoolwork, like me, you can still say, Lord, this is my prayer to you, because I'm going to offer this to you. Because you should do everything. If you make a morning offering, that's another thing. Make a morning offering. There are so many you can find online. Make a morning offering and say, I'm offering everything to you. So your studies are going to be part of that. Like he said, let devotion accompany your studies. And the next line, study less to make yourself a saint, or study less to make yourself learned than to become a saint. It takes discipline to study. It takes discipline to sit down and read for 2 hours. It takes discipline to sit down and write a paper. Don't procrastinate on papers. Bad idea. I've learned this. I'm sure you've learned this. So it takes discipline, and building discipline is going to help you grow in virtue, in any virtue. So the knowledge, here's the thing, knowledge that you learn is gonna end eventually. Like, you need the knowledge, some knowledge for this life, to get a job, or whatever it is. Or, if you're in the liberal arts like me, to learn how to think. But that's going to end eventually. So this knowledge is only temporary, and so the disciplines that you learn during this knowledge has more eternal effects than just the actual facts and figures. Okay, next line. Consult God more than your books. I think it's either Dominic or Saint Dominic or Thomas Aquinas. He said, I think it was Dominic, paraphrasing, but he said my greatest book is the cross. He's saying, like, I learn more from the cross than any other book in the world. And so letting God teach you how to love, because that's gonna it's gonna work more than reading your books. Sometimes, next line, ask him with humility to make you understand what you read. You don't always understand everything that you read, and you realize, oh, I'm not the brilliant genius that I thought I was. Ask him to help. I'm going to put a prayer to study to St. Thomas Aquinas in the bottom description. Next line, study fatigues the mind, fatigues and drains the mind and heart. It's tiring, especially when you're up until 1 or 2 in the morning. That's just on a really practical level, man. So, ask God to be your strength. You don't want to go to bed that late, obviously. Sometimes it happens. I sympathize if there's a lot. I don't sympathize if you're procrastinating and goofing off, and then you're up until 2. And then the last line is, go from time to time to refresh them at the feet of Jesus Christ. Take breaks. This is just like a practical thing. Like, set a timer. I'm going to work for half an hour, and then take breaks, 5 or 10 minute breaks. And instead of, you can check your phone, fine. But also, pray. And if you're going to take, after you've been studying for a really long time, I know my arms are outside the camera. After you're studying a really long period of time, maybe do a rosary at Divine Mercy Chaplet. Divine Mercy Chaplet takes 7 minutes. You can do that. So go and say, just talk to it doesn't have to be a set vocal prayer. It can be just talking to our Lord, saying, okay, here's what I've learned, or something, I don't know, something like that. That's what I got right now for thoughts and for time. So if you have any suggestions on how to study, then put them in the comments below, because we would love to all learn from each other. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, desires, feelings, whatever, also you can comment and I will answer if they are relevant. Yes. But what do I always say? And this has a lot to do with it. Get holy and have fun doing it. Don't study too much, but study.